I'm gonna knock on your door, ring on your bell, tap on your window too. If you don't come out tonight when the moon is bright, I'm gonna knock and tap and ring until you do. I'm gonna knock on your door, ring on your bell, call out your name, you'll see. If you don't come out tonight when the moon is bright, I'm gonna knock and tap and ring until you do.
Today Plattenkiste be the Lüüd World Edition. We are in front of the house from Brian 45 Phillips, Manchester, United Kingdom. Let's see if he's at home. Brian Phillips, true legend. Brian Phillips! Can we come in?
Eddie,
Yeah.
nice to meet you again.
Thanks.
Come in.
Thank you. I don't know if you realize it, but 50 years ago, when my researchers were right, you were like, it's the 50th anniversary, and you were the DJ, the young upcoming DJ at the Twisted Wheel, is it right? 1969.
69, yeah, 69.
So it's your 50th anniversary of being a DJ, playing out your records to the folks.
Yeah, well, I've not been DJing for 50 years, but I did start 50 years ago. Well, actually slightly before somewhere else, but I went to the Twisted Wheel in Easter 69.
Easter 69.
Yeah.
What record would you still play 50 years later? Is there one record you played, you started to play 69, 1970, and you would still play nowadays? Would you say, oh my God, this is such a great record?
I may drop the odd one in, like I DJ'd at an all-nighter Go-Go Children in Bristol, and it, it's quite up-tempo, and I dropped in Larry Williams and Johnny Watson, Quitting Never Wins, because I love that record, but might drop in, say, Baby Boy, which I did last night,
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it, now and again, you just might drop an oldie in a relatively upfront set, if you know what I mean. There's some sound dated, but I don't think that sounds as dated, that type of stuff.
All right.
It's got a little bit of an edge to it, hasn't it? Rather than, some of the stuff does sound dated now.
Yeah.
Some of the soul and Northern-Soul stuff.
You always try to find new tracks and try to find out new sounds, and so how for you, like now 2019, over the years, what changed?
Well, I got out of the scene. The best thing for DJing in the old, the Twisted Wheel was finding a record and breaking it. There's nothing better for a DJ, I don't think.
Yeah.
It does give you a buzz. There's a buzz there. And then I got out of it in '75 because I think it was getting too commercialised. There was people on TV and all this playing a lot of pop stuff. The Wigan was making, the quality was going down. I think I was selling records to all the DJs, but some of the real good stuff you couldn't sell, and some crap, as long as it had a big beat, pop, you could sell more copies than you could get your hands on.
Yeah.
So I lost interest, and then I come back. And I started going to events, but it took me a while to assimilate what was going on, and I didn't like a lot of this beat ballad stuff, or there was a lot of people shuffling about. There was no energy.
All right.
I like something with a bit of energy. You know what I mean? It's supposed to
Got it.
energise your music, and I did then start like the funkier edge side of it.
All right.
And younger people coming through, which is good, isn't it? You don't want a lot of old people like me all the time, grey-haired people, all sat down or whatever. You want a bit of energy.
Come on, whoa! Step it on your man, whoa, like that. Step it on your man.
So how do you dig nowadays compared to like many years ago? Is it different to you? So I bet it was hard to get contacts like in the 70s, 80s, and now the internet, lots of things changed.
Yeah.
Is it for you harder or easier nowadays to find new stuff?
Well, I wouldn't do what I did in the past. I used to go out I had a job in Manchester. I used to go out 3 times a day, going around all the shops because they put different stock out during the day.
Right.
And then at weekends, I'd get anywhere I could get on a train, London, Bristol, Bradford, and I was mental. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Probably like you are now.
Yeah, maybe. I wouldn't know. I'm okay. Thinking, especially to my wife, I'm just buying records $5, maybe a month.
So on the internet, because I'm sort of working part-time now, I can spend hours and hours just listening through tracks and 10 or 15 seconds all the time. And, you know...
Good, not good, not good.
Yeah, and...
Yeah, middle range.
Some you'll never get, and I didn't, at the time, I didn't want to venture in. I had a sort of, well, I could do it under £50 and then it was 100 and you know.
All right. Everybody goes through that.
Yeah.
So what would you say to a young guy who would come up to you and say, Brian, I would like to collect records and maybe DJ, I don't know yet, but how can I start? What would you recommend?
Well, he could go to some gigs, couldn't he, really, and see what style he likes or whatever. It's, obviously, he'd probably go through the commercial, you know, sort of oldies gigs, and he could try some of these up and coming, up front type gigs. There's plenty of stuff on the internet. Maybe he could even, you know, there's plenty of CDs out quite cheap, isn't there? Or, or stuff on Spotify or what have you.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Spotify.
What type he likes, really, I suppose, because it's such a, it covers a lot of genres, doesn't it, really? And you know, Northern Soul has sort of pinched every genre, hasn't it? R&B, you know, funky. It encompasses all sorts, doesn't it? There's even garage music there.
Yeah,
I suppose it depends what style he likes, really, doesn't it?
Who you get inspired from nowadays, then?
Well, the people who are really up front, really. Like people like yourself. But, well, you know, there's that many people digging up stuff all the time. It's never ending. I got inspired when I first come back with a lot of the young lads who'd come on the scene. Yeah. And even though they were only playing records what we knew, they brought a bit of energy to the scene.
Yes.
Rather than the same old stuff.
Yeah.
They didn't play from the top 500 because they probably had to dig deep with less money and found good records what had just got forgotten and got lost in the midst of time in the 70s, you know, or late 60s.
Well, it's time to take possession of the love that I've given. I shower upon you my affection.
So, Brian, been wonderful meeting you. Really, very interesting guy. Really, too. Yeah, I think this is really an honor. Like 50 years ago, Twisted Wheel, and now a guy who still enjoys and loves the music and likes to play out, tries to find the new stuff, learning from young people. It's really beautiful to see you and to know you as a person.
Well, you know, as I say, it's an honor really to be with the peers of people who are still finding great records. I don't find that many really. I might come across.
You do,
but you know,
we heard a few. We heard a few on the last. And I love your taste. I would listen to your sets all the time again because you inspire me also. It's not it's like a give and take, you know.
Yeah. That's what it's about, isn't it? Really, we can all pick up bits off each other.
Brian, thanks so much. Okay. It's been a big pleasure.
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Yeah.
See you soon.
Yep.
And take care and keep the faith, Brian.
Okay, will do.
Bye bye.
Bye now.